a team that is known as the Bears.
What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahon here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Today I'm going to be showing off what is probably the most hyped card out of Battle Styles, Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. This powerful spread attacker has single-handedly sent the price of Mew from Unbroken Bonds skyrocketing. It's almost a $20 holo rare right now because it's a useful tech against Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX with its bench barrier ability. I'm excited to show off the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck list, but before we do, let's head on over to fullgripcodes.com. If you're looking to get all the best cards on your Pokemon trading card game online account, look no further than fullgripcodes.com. We've got all the best Pokemon trading card game online codes available for instant email delivery, including specialty codes like the Shiny Crobat VMAX collection code. We've also got all the most recent Pokemon trading card game sets like Battle Style, Shining Fates, and Vivid Voltage. Supporting the shop at Full Grip Codes directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Jim. Now, let's check out that Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX is arguably the best fighting type Pokemon in the Pokemon TCG right now. It's got 330 HP and 2 efficient attacks. Gale Thrust for 1 fighting energy does 30 damage plus 120 more damage if this Pokemon moved from your bench to the active spot during your turn, so 150 damage potential for just 1 fighting energy. To help us make the most of that attack, we play plenty of Switch cards in this deck. We've got 4 copies of Switch, as well as 3 copies of Escape Rope and 3 copies of Scoop Up Net, and we play the Stellar Wish Jirachi, which is one of the best pivot cards in the game right now. You could switch your Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX into Jirachi, use Stellar Wish, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and pick a trainer card there to put into your hand, and then the Jirachi goes to sleep, and then you can use Scoop Up Net or any of your Escape Ropes or Switch to move that Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX back into the active spot and Gale Thrust for maximum damage output. And then G-Max Rapid Flow for 2 fighting and a colorless requires that you discard all energy from this Pokemon, and it does 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's great for finishing off Pokemon that you may have already softened up with Gale Thrust, and it often takes multiple knockouts at a time. And you can power up G-Max Rapid Flow with just 2 energy attachments, thanks to Rapid Strike Energy, which provides 2 energy at a time and both fighting and water type energy, and it can only be attached to Rapid Strike Pokemon. And then we do play a thin Octillery line with the Rapid Strike Search ability, which gets you a Rapid Strike card from your deck to your hand. It's great for finding those Rapid Strike energy to put onto your Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. I started off this deck with a thicker Octillery line, but as I played it more, I found that I really like Jirachi with the Stellar Wish ability for consistency, but then I did find myself missing the energy attachment sometimes, or the game-winning Rapid Strike energy, which is very frustrating. So I do like just a thin 1/1 Octillery line, and I think it goes a long way finding those Rapid Strike energy. And it can also help you to set up multiple Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, which is very good. Now, since we play Scoop Up Net, we can also play some other fun tech cards in the deck, like Giratina with the Dimension Breach ability, which discards a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon when it comes from your hand to the bench, and you can reuse that with Scoop Up Net. And we also play Galarian Zigzagoon with the Headbutt Tantrum ability, which helps fix your math, most notably on Pokemon VMAX that have 320, 330 HP. Your Gale Thrust only does 150, so you really want to hit 160 so that you could 2-hit KO most Pokemon VMAX, and Galarian Zigzagoon helps you to do that. Also, Martial Arts Dojo really helps you to do that. I have found that Martial Arts Dojo is a lifesaver with its boost in damage output for your Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, which is why we play all basic fighting type energy so that we could take advantage of Martial Arts Dojo. And if you're losing, it helps you do 40 more damage, which is very good. But even if you're winning, the 10 extra damage on your Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX is very valuable. And we also play Mimikyu with the Shadow Box ability, which reads that Pokemon GX that have any damage counters on them have no abilities. Great for turning off that Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX's Perfection ability so that it can't hit you for weakness. And since we play Galarian Zigzagoon, it's very easy to ping damage counters onto your opponent's Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX, bench the Mimikyu, and turn off its perfection, basically rendering it completely useless. I have found in my testing that I prefer Mimikyu to Jirachi GX. Jirachi GX completely turns off your psychic type weakness, but your opponent will gladly boss that thing up and knock it out since it's worth 2 prizes, leaving you just completely open to your opponent's psychic type Pokemon. And we do have that gnarly psychic type weakness. So I found that Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX is the most popular psychic type Pokemon that you're going to be encountering, and that Mimikyu is the best tech for it. If you find yourself up against a Dragapult VMAX deck, Godspeed. It is a tough matchup, even with the Jirachi GX. And we do play 1 copy of Karate Belt, which is a tool card that, if you're losing the game, it makes the attacks of the Pokemon it's attached to cost 1 fighting energy less. It can allow you to pull off a surprise G-Max Rapid Flow out of nowhere, since if you're losing the game and you have the Karate Belt attached, you could just attach a single Rapid Strike energy to your Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, and then G-Max Rapid Flow for just that single energy attachment. We play 3 copies of Boss's Orders to make sure that we can always target down our opponent's Mew from Unbroken Bonds. This one's actually Sun and Moon promo 215. This card is almost $20 in paper right now, which is insane considering it definitely didn't used to be. But Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX is such a powerful spread attacker that Mew is seeing a ton of play, including in this deck list that we have here. We play 1 copy of Korrina's Focus. This is draw supporter that we can fetch with our Rapid Strike Search Octillery, and then a bunch of Marnies and research. You know the drill. Check out the gameplay from the stream and let me know, what do you think of Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX in the comments below. Looking for a quick ball here. Let's go. I like that. Yeah, don't need that. Get ourselves the Urshifu. Now, something that Urshifu really hates is it doesn't like Chaotic Swell, it doesn't like Crushing Hammer. Yeah, Crushing Hammer would definitely be annoying coming down from my opponent. But I do feel like ADP for the most part is a pretty good matchup for the Rapid Strike Urshifu deck. But if your opponent is playing Mew from Unbroken Bonds, then you're going to be having a bad time. Yeah, I played against an ADP deck with Mew. That's it's not great. You don't really have the time to be able to deal with that. All right, so we're looking like we're just going to come in and swing into this guy. So I think that we are probably going to evolve. And then all I really need is to find a switch card. So we got the Korrina's Focus, which is nice. We draw 5 and then see 5 more cards with Stellar Wish. We do not find a switch yet. Nothing like doing the bare minimum. That's cool. All right, so we will switch into our guy. And then unfortunately, I don't really have a good way to get out of Crobat territory here. I mean, or not Crobat territory, but Mawile territory. Like, my Crobat could just get yeeted, and then that would kind of be tough. Now, we do need, what, the Martial Arts Dojo or a Zigzagoon in order to take a 2-hit KO on this Arceus Dialga and Palkia GX. I don't mind that Marnie at all, either. That seems fine. I say that now until, you know. Alright, they've got Alter Creation. So, I don't really have anything good in this hand. Now, I can retreat into the Jirachi, and if I just find a switch, I can knock this thing out. So I think that that's worth it. We will thin the deck first, though. We're going to get ourselves fighting energy, because I need that in order to attack. And then we are going to retreat into the Jirachi. I've got the Scoop Up. Oh, I've already got the Scoop Up Net, so it's guaranteed. Yeah, I'm being silly. Cool. We do find the research, so we'll take that. We've got the fighting energy. We've got the Scoop Up Net. I'm going to put these guys back down. And then I can put the Zigzagoon to ping the Arceus Dialga and Palkia at the Martial Arts Dojo and the research. I guess I don't need the Martial Arts Dojo Or I don't need the Zigzagoon because I have the Martial Arts Dojo. But that's fine. We're still taking the knockout Gale Thrust. I'm not totally sure that 10 damage would make a huge difference anywhere else, but it's fine. We'll take it. Knock out the ADP. We don't have a lot of liabilities on our bench, but we do have a Dedenne-GX that we pulled off the prizes there. And my hand is absolutely gigantic right now, so that feels pretty good. I do have one saucer already in the discard pile, which is great. We can just send up the Zigzagoon, which is great because that means, you know, if they use 2 saucers to power this thing up, then that means they will have a kind of a tough time powering up somebody else. And they are playing hammers in their deck, as we can see. And they've got Skyla. So I don't think that they're going to be attacking this turn, which is very good for me, as it gives us some time. Unless they're going to Dedenne change. It looks like, all right, so they've got the Skyla. And then a Dedenne change. Another saucer, so they are going to be swinging. And they are going to be completely removing my energy with hammers. It's pretty epic. And then they've got the Dedenne change. All right. So I could still go. Just doesn't really matter. Send up the Remoraid. Because if I have boss in my hand right now, I could just go boss game, which would be pretty nice. Now it looks like my opponent has, I don't know why they're not attacking here. Maybe they think that I won't get what I need. But of course I'm going to get what I need. All right, here we go. Of course we will. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for it and gust up this guy. That is an unfortunate pull here, you know, but it's fine. That's totally fine. All right, so we escape rope, and then I'm going to be swinging in with this guy with Gale Thrust, and it's still fine because I still have win in hand right now because I just boss up Dedenne-GX, and then I can G-Max Rapid Flow for 3 prizes, and it's game over. So unless they disrupt my hand again, this game is done. Like I said, ADP feels like a good matchup for this deck so long as they don't play a Mew, because you really rely on taking those bonus prizes at the end of the game in order to kind of close the game out. That does look like my opponent's going to be bossing up one of my Urshifu, which is annoying for sure, because now, like, am I going to retreat it? I guess so. I've got a Pokemon Communication, which is actually meaningful. So we're going to, because it ensures that I have the energy I need to finish the game. So we can go here and get the Octillery. And then with the Octillery set up, I'll be able to ensure that I can go back-to-back turns with my Rapid Strike energy, which is really good. So we definitely dig that. And I can just retreat this. And then I don't even really need to boss again. Like, I think, like, this just seems fine. And I could Rapid Strike search for literally whatever. I almost don't want to get the energy yet, I guess, in case I get Marnie, but it doesn't matter. I could just grab it. And then I don't need to gust. I can just Gale Thrust. And now I'm in a situation where all I need to do is just Rapid Strike for game. And we're totally fine. And the Octillery is guaranteeing me the energy that we need, which is really sick as well. We're trying out Martial Arts Dojo instead of Tower of Water. And Martial Arts Dojo has been okay. Your math is really bad with this deck. But, yeah. We have a ton of Switch cards in the list. So it's not like we're... You know, the stadiums all feel pretty bad when Swell is played in so many decks. All right, we just had win with the Rapid Strike energy there. And there's a Mew from Unbroken Bonds. My arch nemesis. I hate to see Mew from Unbroken Bonds. All right. And it looks like we're playing against a single strike deck. And they've got a turn 1 capture energy to go get their single strike bear. That's cool. Evolution Incense, though I'm just going to Marnie it. But maybe their hand is dead and they're trying to, like, you know, bait me into a Marnie. Either way, Marnie is my best play this turn, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So what's funny is I could get like a Zigzagoon and ping the Mew, right? And then I think that that's actually what I'm going to do. And then I'm looking for an energy to strafe so that I'm basically... you see what I'm saying? Do you know what I am saying? All right, we're going to go here. The Zigzagoon. You hear me, chat? I'm going to knock out this Mew turn 1. Who's with me? I'm going to get this thing right on out of here. And then we can just put the Remoraid right back down. Seems cool. Crobat. Just to see some more cards. Okay. I'm not going to Escape Rope because we want to hit into the active. So we're going to just put the basic fighting there. And then I can communicate that. Go get ourselves... Probably a Jirachi would be nice. And we're going to Marnie. And we're looking for one more Scoop Up Net so that I can knock out the Mew. But really at any point, I should probably be okay to find the Scoop Up Net because it's not like that thing's going to get healed. So, oh, this is knockout. Yes, let's go. Strafe. You're out of here. Took care of that pesky Mew. The Martial Arts Dojo actually coming in clutch right there, which was awesome. Love to see that. We're going to send up the Zigzagoon. I feel like the Zigzagoon has done its job already. They've got a research. They've got a pretty strong draw card there. They might be going for the laser focus. I mean, I can't knock out the Urshifu this turn just because our deck does not do that much damage. But I can potentially knock out 2 Houndour, which would be pretty sweet. We do find the energy. Perfect. Octillery. I mean, this is why the Octillery is here, right? I mean, a 1/1 line is pretty easy to set up, and it just guarantees us this play, which is sick. We love it. So we can evolve. Just put the energy here and just switch, knock out 2 Houndour. I think seems like the play. I mean, we're really kind of limiting their options by doing that. So I think that's just what we're going to do. That way, you know, if they do play a Rod or something to put the Mew back in, we don't have to worry about that. I think that if we just limit them to this one G-Max, 1 below for what, 270 at maximum, I guess they could potentially, there's 270, 290, 310. If they get this and they accelerate one more energy, they can knock out my guy, but they have to discard all their energy, and then I can, you know, knock out another Houndoom. And then they're just not going to have a very easy time powering up their next Urshifu. So they might get, yeah, it looks like they might get that kind of cheeky knockout here, but I could just 2-hit KO this thing at this point. And I don't suspect that they'll be able to come back from it. But that knockout does hurt, and they do have to extend themselves quite a bit in order to take it. So let's see what we got. Got Jirachi. I've got a boss if I want it, but I'm not necessarily... Oh, the switch there is awesome. And as you can see, we're just going to just rely on this dude again. Go get our guy. Feels good. And then... Let's see. Yeah, we can Stellar Wish. We find a research. So I could use research to draw more cards if I want to. All I really need is to hit this thing twice, right? So I think we'll grab the research. And I've got the boss already in my hand, so I don't necessarily want to... I do need to deal 10 more damage to it. But, so if I find the stadium, that will help. And... yeah, I feel like I can probably research here. Because I have to find a stadium, or I have to find a Zigzagoon. Or a Scoop Up Net for my Zigzagoon, right? So I'm just going to research here. And we do find the... we find the Dojo and we find the Scoop Up Net. So I can just replace this. Put the Karate Belt here. And now we're going to Gale Thrust. And I have the boss and the switch in my hand. I mean, I've got everything that I need. So now we've got this thing to a perfect 150 hit points remaining. And then, yeah, that Dojo, again, and we've seen the Dojo come in handy twice this game so far. And it got me that early knockout on the Mew, which was perfect. It's going to fix my math. I felt like without the Dojo, I was constantly just a little bit short of the damage that I needed with this deck. But the Dojo really helps to kind of... I mean, even just the Dojo for 10. That's the thing. Is like, I think sometimes I would get hung up on just thinking about Dojo needing to be 40 damage. But... even just the Dojo for 10 turns your Gale Thrust into 160 twice, which 2-hit KOs just about any Pokemon VMAX, which is just so useful, right? It's so useful. Dealing 160 is so much better than dealing 150 in this current standard meta game. The Zigzagoon can fix your math like occasionally, but the Zigzagoon with the Dojo really helps to kind of shore your math up, which feels really good. I am fortunate that my opponent started that Mew and that I was able to get the turn 1 knockout on it. The Mew could have definitely slowed me down, but we see that I had checkmate on them. You know, they had to damage themselves. They didn't really have any outs to getting out of that, and I had the boss's orders in my hand, so GG's. Yeah, Mewtwo and Mew. Well, that's okay, cool. Yeah, Mewtwo and Mew seems like a huge problem for this deck, so I like the inclusion of the Mimikyu. And we play Zigzagoon as well, so you can just, you know, ping it and then shut it off, which I like. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's Stellar Wish. You know my opponent's got just a handful of supporters that they cannot play. You already know. So. Oh, I don't have the Octillery in the deck this time. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to grab another Another bear. Okay. Little Marnie. And then I don't think the difference between straight for 60 and straight, but I mean, like, they probably play swell. It's probably an ADP deck, so we might as well just go. Three bears. Cool. The straight for 80. Yeah, straight for 80 matters. I mean, straight for any amount there really matters because now that thing is within range for us to be able to KO. I do think that maybe one goggles. I like maybe one goggles in the deck. I guess the martial arts dojo is supposed to like help us with math. Yeah, Gale Thrust. Strafe feels nice early on to kind of like set up some numbers. I like that. Yeah, I think Telescopic Sight could be worth it. This matchup seems like this should be one of our good matchups, right? Theoretically. This should be the whole reason that we play the Bears is to try and beat ADP. Right? All right, I did just cut to one Korrina's Focus, and I'm already wishing that it was just a... wishing it was a Research or a Marnie, but that's fine. I don't really want to Crobat. But at this point, I feel like it's just kind of pedal to the metal. I just got to go. So that's fine. We'll do it. Yeah, that was worth it. All right. Cool. So we Stellar Wish. We do find a Research. I guess I can keep... Actually, it's better to get that Dedenne out of my hand so I don't get... I just didn't want to get Mawile here so that there's like 2 cheap prizes for my opponent. So we can just get these guys. And then I've just got like the Switch Boss in my hand, so we can just do that. And boss up I think the Zacian and just smack it with Gale Thrust. And then we're just setting up. Not really worried about hitting the ADP. We could hit the ADP there. But 140 plus 120, or what is it? 160? I guess 160 plus 120. Yeah, that would be it. So we could do that. I know they don't have a switch in their hand though. So bringing up the Zacian is a little bit of a... I didn't hit the ADP because all we have to do is knock out 3 2-prizers. Like, I don't actually... Like, if they put a big charm on the ADP, right? I actually get... If they put a big charm on the ADP, like, I'm out of luck there. You see what I'm saying? Whereas, like, this is more of a guaranteed. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Why not boss the ADP? Because big charm would ruin it. Right. It's a safer play to go for the low-hanging fruit, right? It's safer. Like, I'm already outspeeding them a ton, right? I'm already outspeeding them. I've got 4 prizes here, boss for game here. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, I could just completely ignore that. Now... We've got switch. Ugh. That's fine. I need to switch into Jirachi, I think, and we're going to Day change. Okay, so let's get in there. We're just looking for an energy. The double energy. Cool. Now we're chilling. Barely, but we're chilling. Okay. So I've got 3 boss in my discard pile. That's cool. So we're going to go get this thing. And we're going to evolve our 3rd guy. And we're going to go here. And I guess I escape rope and see what they put up. If they put up the clean Dedenne, then like I just Gale Thrust and then win next turn. But they wouldn't do that. So I just Scoop Up Net. That's fine. All right. We G-Max Rapid Flow. I don't think rope. Why would we rope? I think I save the rope for potentially next turn. Right? Because, I mean, unless they bench as Zashian, right? I don't think, like, because they're just going to send up one of the damaged Dedennes. And they do play Big Charm. So my Big Charm fear was accurate, right? Now they have to Eldegoss for boss, which means that I get to keep this hand. And we save the rope for next turn. I know I have all 3 bosses in the discard pile, right? So the rope save was actually correct. And you guys want to know why? Because I know I have all 3 boss in the discard pile, and I have to Eldegoss for boss for game. You see what I'm saying? So it was correct to save the rope. I mean, I guess I could have saved the net and just put the Jirachi, you know what I mean? But, like, I knew I was going to have to rope boss this next turn, hoping to pull an energy off the prizes. So there we go. And then that's just GG's. We just bring up the Dedenne and finish it off. They would not have... If they would have roped into the fresh one, then that would have been great. But there's no way that they would have done that. All right, here we go. Goss for boss, baby. Goss for boss. So we rope. And they've got 2 liabilities there I can take out for game. They're going to send me Eldegoss. Send up this guy. Energy. Hopefully my Goss isn't prized. It's not. Haha, good. That would have been bad. All right, bring up this guy. Give him the old Gale Thrust. GG's. All right, so we'll take our 2 prizes, 320 damage. Let's go, chat. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to sub to the channel. We're almost at 70,000 subscribers, and it would be awesome if you helped us get there. If you've got extra cards lying around the house, make sure to check out FullGripGames.com. We are always buying bulk and singles at the shop, and selling your cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Jim. Y'all have a busted day. Peace.